Hello, good morning everyone. Welcome to today, April 25 from 2022, 9 a.m. sharp, New York time. Less than 30 minutes for the market to open and getting ready for a new day, new week. Hope that you all had a great weekend, some time to relax a bit, some rest, and getting ready for a big tech week. We are going to have lots of tech names that are going to report earnings: Apple, Facebook, and Microsoft, and some more. So yeah, let's wait to see how this week go after big pullback from last week. So we are watching right now NASDAQ futures, and what we are seeing right now, we are seeing an attempt for an oversold bounce. What I usually call, and many people call, a dead cat bounce to clear the oversold conditions. So trying to start the week where we are right now, we had last week a big reversal sell on Wednesday. We caught that reversal sell perfectly. You can watch the on the channel, on YouTube channel. You can watch that day. I had the live recording from that session. We got IWM puts, Q puts. Those worked great. Congratulations for the shorts, and that was the trigger for a big correction, a big pullback on the market on many names with AMD, NVDA, Facebook, Netflix after the earnings all over the place, and big pullback on the market. We are right now, we have 1, 2, 3. Today is day 4. What I usually say on day 3, 4, what you should be looking: trimming some of your gains and raise the stops and adjust the stops on the rest to cap your profits. So we shorted last week. We shorted Apple above $170. We shorted Microsoft above 287. And right before the market open, I already trimmed some of those gains and looking to close ahead of the earnings. So those that trading with me know that I don't like to gamble on earnings events. Those are binary events, so no one can really know how the stock will react after the earnings. So it was a nice 4 days pullback here on the market, and I'm going to lock those gains ahead of the report. So right now we are seeing NASDAQ, and if you're looking, NASDAQ bouncing from 13,184, that's the pre-market close, and that will be my key support. What I'll be looking to see if we can have that cat bounce that I was mentioning some minutes ago. So basically we need to hold above the current level, above 13,300, and try to go from red to green and make new highs on the session to try to squeeze a little bit. But once again, I will deal with this as an oversold bounce for now, if we have one. Where can it go? It can go 50% retracement from a Friday candle. If extends some more, yeah, it has the 8-day moving average, but here it should fade, at least on the first touch, and from there we will evaluate. Of course, it all depends on how the big tech earnings report will go and how the stocks will react. So if we have some short squeeze, yeah, we can go some more and bounce some more. We have the 8-day moving average, we have 21-day moving average, but let's wait to see and not trying to anticipate things too much. For the bear case continuation, what we need NASDAQ to go below these morning lows and going back and make new lows. We have March lows as one of the possible support levels, and from there we will evaluate. NASDAQ is currently, and overall the market is doing something that I mentioned last week. If you remember, I said many names, as we saw on AMD, NVDA, Facebook, they basically gave all back from the March move. So March, we had a reversal buy, we had big move up. We have, for example, Apple that gone up 11 days in a row, consecutive days, with the damn stock closing on the green. And I said to not chase that move, and it was the wise thing to do. After that, NASDAQ pretty much printed a reversal sell and a double a lower high. From lower high, NASDAQ makes lower lows and starts making lower highs, lower lows. That's what we are seeing. But once again, things will not go in straight line. So we have some oversold bounces, dead cat bounces, as we have here, so we can spend some time here for some consolidation also. So be very careful ahead of the earnings reports. Talking about earnings reports, I'll be looking this week for Apple. Apple is going to report April 28 after hours. So basically on Thursday after the market close, I want to see how the stock will react to the earnings. We shorted Apple. It was a beautiful short. We shorted Apple above $170.50. And did not cut the top. But basically, why the hell did I short? Because market was weak, if you remember, and this is a supply zone. So 171, it was rejected some days ago, and it was rejected once again. So you sell the supply zones, and that's exactly what we did. We shorted above 170, and we covered some at $159 area in the pre-market session. Now at 160, I want to see if 160 is able to hold. And from there we have a gap to fill at 161.5. But once again, be very careful here, not trying, especially going into the earnings on Thursday. So be very be very careful here. 160, it will be my line in the sand. If it breaks down below 160, yeah, it can go ugly. We have 155, and we have all the way into March lows, $150.10. Those that can be a level, something to keep on watch, especially on earnings week. AMD, it will be also a focus. Why? AMD is showing on the pre-market a little bit of relative strength, is a little bit on the green this morning. So I want to see if it's able to hold above 88. We have Friday lows 87.94. I want to see if AMD is able to hold above 88 and try to give here an oversold bounce. We have Friday lows $91 area as the first supply zone. Above that we have $93, $94. But once again, I'll be dealing with this as an oversold bounce. When I'll be a little more bullish, if we break above 94 for some miracle, and if we go above 98, we have $99, that's 21-day moving average, and then I'll be a little more bullish. Otherwise, looking here for a possible oversold bounce to clear the oversold conditions on AMD and also NVDA. NVDA had a big 3-day, okay, after getting rejected once again here. I highlighted last week that this was a big supply zone once, twice, 3 times. So this is a level to sell. They sell it, and last week they break down below 210. I said 210 was a level, below 210 to look for $200. Hit $200, break down $200 on Friday. Now gapping down at 192. What you should be looking if you are short, in my opinion, you should be trimming some of your gains and readjust the stops on the rest and looking for some possible oversold bounce. So 192 is my first support. Below that we have 190, and I'll be looking for a possible oversold bounce. 1, 2, 3 days, big pullback, looking here for some possible oversold bounce. We have this morning gap at 195, gap to fill. Let's see if it's able to fill the gap. Boeing, it will be also a focus. Why? It's gapping down a little bit this morning. Big reversal sell here. It was a very beautiful retest on the breakdown. So it basically break down here some weeks ago, and it was a retest. Once a support is broken, it becomes a resistance. The resistance was retested, faded, closed below the 8 and 21-day moving average, and right now gapping now. What you should be looking, trimming gains on those shorts and adjust the stops to cap your gains. Right now 175. 175 is a level I want to see. If it goes below 175, we have 173. It will be very ugly if it breaks down below 173. We have 170, 167. March, basically this year lows, March lows, 167.58 as a possible support level. Baba, what can I say about Baba? Baba has been all over the place. If you following this channel, you have the day here when the stock break down below 110. I said you can swing short here for a move below $1. We are right now at $83. So from 110 all the way into 83, what you should be doing, trimming gains on the way. We are gapping down. We have a today gap 86.3. We have a gap to fill at $80. Don't forget that we are coming from the March lows at 73. So yeah, we can extend for downside. But once again, you should be careful here chasing the shorts. You should be on this gap down. You should be trimming some of the gains, readjust the stops on the rest, and congratulations on those shorts. Facebook, it is going also to report earnings this week. Facebook had a big, after the report on Netflix, it had a big breakdown below 210, and big 1, 2, 3 today, day 4 on the move, gapping down below 183, especially going to earnings. The big question is how much on this correction, how much of the earnings are already priced in. So I suggest, if you are short, in my opinion, from a risk management perspective, you should be trimming your gains and going back into the cash. That's my suggestion. Can it go lower? Yes, it can. We have lots of room for downside. Of course we can. But we are on a big 1, 2, 3, 4 days move. We have earnings this week, so we can be here some kind of choppy action. So in my opinion, you should be trimming most of your gains before the earnings report on Facebook. IWM, I'll be looking. IWM, we have been trading IWM very well. And the cubes also for the downside. We had a big reversal sell and engulfing day on Thursday, closed below the 8 and 21 day moving average. One of the targets was to fill this gap at 195.7. It filled the gap, it break down on Friday, goes all the way into 192. It's very near the level that we are right now, gapping down a little bit. We have 192, 190, and if we extend for the downside, we have this year lows 187.92. That's a level, okay? That's a level to watch, 187.92, to see if we are able to make new lows for the year on IWM. So IWM, it will be a focus to see if it holds above 190. We can have an oversold bounce to fill the gap at 192.29, and below that we have 187.92 for possible new lows on the year. JP Morgan also, we have been also trading well. JP Morgan, we played the bounce last week, okay, and we got here calls here for upside. I closed those calls intraday. They gave a nice swing 1, 2, 3 days. I said 133 is the level. It hit 133 at 21 day moving average. Also the supply zone that in the past was sold. What they did, faded. Friday breaks below 130. I said below 130 you should be looking 125, where we are right now, 125.6 in the pre-market. Why 125? Basically to retest the 125 level that we got from the bounce. Now, what I want to see, how the financials are going to deal with today action. Is 125 going to hold? If it holds, we have a gap to fill at 126.6. We can try to print here a reversal buy, fill the gap at 126, and see if it holds 125. Otherwise, if it breaks down below 125, then bad things can happen on the financials. They can break down, and looking for 122, 120 as the possible next level on JP Morgan. Microsoft, I already talked about Microsoft. We played on Thursday. It was one of the fastest moves this year. Microsoft calls out of the gate. I basically doubled the money in 6 minutes. That's recorded also. You can look into my YouTube channel and see the recording live trading session from that day, and you can watch it. The first 6 minutes were pretty much intense on Microsoft. We basically doubled, and I closed those calls. It was the right thing to do, and some minutes later I got some short, 287, above $287, some shares short, and I already covered some this morning for a nice cash flow from 287 all the way into this morning 272. I trimmed some at 271, so for a very nice cash flow. Now what? Same thing as the rest. Microsoft is going to report earnings tomorrow night. I don't like to gamble into earnings, so I'll be closing everything here on the short. Congratulations to the shorts, and I'll be looking what the hell is going to do next. We have 1, 2, 3. Today, day 4 on the pullback. In my opinion, it's time to book some of the gains and wait for the earnings report, and congratulations everyone. I'll be looking, of course, for the cubes. Why? We have big earnings report this week on the tech names. The cubes are gapping down, but bounce from the pre-market lows. Right now back at 324, we have today gap at 324.9. I want to see if they are able to go back above 325. Okay, 325 is my level. If they push above 325, we can have here an oversold bounce all the way into 330. But once again, for now, dealing with this as a dead cat bounce, oversold bounce to clear a little bit the oversold conditions. If we break down below 324, where we can go all the way. We have lots of room for downside. We have 320 and we have the March lows at 317.6. Don't forget that AMD, Facebook, NVDA, they basically gave it all back, okay, and printed new lows for the year. So yeah, staying open-minded here for the cubes. If they break below 324, we have 320, and below that we have 317, and that can print new lows for the year. So watch out, keeping on watch. I'll be watching also SPY. Exactly the same thing. Breaking down. I said if you were on Thursday 9 a.m. briefing, I said 450 is the biggest level. It hit 450. This high of the day on Thursday was $450.01. 1 cent, guys. So basically, we missed the top for 1 cent, gone 1 cent above the target, and boom, faded. Filled the morning gap. Goes below the 8 and 21 day moving average, bearish reversal, sell an engulfing day, and on Friday follow through continuation. Now what? We are gapping down. We are bouncing from the pre-market lows. I want to see if they are able to go back above 425. We have this morning gap 425.4 to fill. If we give an oversold bounce here, dead cat bounce, it can go into 430. But once again, dealing with this as an oversold bounce. Below 424, where can we go? Same thing as the cubes. We have lots of room for downside. 420. We have the March lows 415, and we have this year lows. Okay, this year lows 410. That's the next level. We can go there. Why not? Anything can happen on this market. Okay, but once again, we are getting a little bit oversold. Oversold can remain oversold, but looking here for some kind of a possible oversold bounce one of these days. So be very careful. Tesla. What can I say about Tesla? Tesla on Friday, it was a cash machine. So we basically shorted Tesla in the first couple of minutes of the day for a double. This move here gave a double. Then we flip into the calls and we double. And those calls actually gone all the way into 4 times. So in 30 minutes, we basically gone short for a double, got long for a double, and I got back into the cash. And now what? Tesla is gapping down, okay, below 994. I want to see if it's able to go above 980. If it's able to go above 980, it can fill the gap at 994. But if it breaks down below 973, 973 is my level. Below 973, watch out for a rollover, $950, $900. So yeah, Tesla has a lots of room. Don't forget that we break out here on March. So if it's going to roll over, we have lots of room to go all the way below $900. So staying open-minded here and be very careful here on Tesla. If it breaks down and stay below 973, watch out for a big rollover in the next couple of sessions. Twitter, once again gapping up, lots of comments and people saying that today we may have a deal with Mr. Elon Musk. Let's wait to see. I'll keep it on my watch. Right now, near a supply zone, We have 51, between 51 52, that's a supply zone. If it goes above 52, we have 54, that's the level 54.20 that if Mr. Musk is going to get the deal 54.20, it was the bid. So I want to see if it's able to hold 51. If it fails, we have 49.7 gap to fill, and something to keep on watch today. I'll also be watching Snap. Snap, it caught me a little bit on Friday. I tried to short Snap, looking here for a breakdown. They squeezed a little bit more, but they faded during the session. 28.5, it will be my level. If Snap break down below 28.5, we have 27.6, and we have a gap to fill at 26, so 26.4. So something to keep on watch in the next couple of sessions, which will be also Snap. Okay, so going back into NASDAQ, NASDAQ is really trying to put here a short term, at least on the pre-market, short-term low, trying to hold above Friday lows. I want to see if it's able to hold above Friday lows. If yes, we can try a scalp on some red to green moves for clearing the oversold condition. But once again, not calling the bottom here for the quarter. No one really knows. We are going to have earnings report this week. So once again, what I've told you, Apple and Microsoft, I am swing short, but I'm going, I already trimmed some before the market open early in the morning, and I'm going to close before the earnings, just before the earnings, because I really don't want to risk, from a risk management perspective, I don't want to have any kind of position ahead of the earnings. So with this said, it's very early in the week, a lot of things can happen, so manage your risk wisely, be safe, protect your cash, and thank you all for watching. Those that are watching, we know that it's from Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. Please subscribe to the channel, it's free. 9 a.m. briefing, stay tuned, and I count with you tomorrow, 9 a.m. once again. Good luck, guys. Bye bye.